Hello and welcome to the Salus3 Cloud product release update video for version 2.11.1. This is a minor release version, and today we're going to go through the new features and enhancements, the bug fixes and new reports, and then a quick demonstration of the new features in this update. So the new features which we have released in this version are both within the fleet module. There is now the ability to import vehicle data from the DVLA database, which essentially allows you to import all data held on a vehicle logbook or V5C and hold that within the system for reporting purposes. And then there's also the ability to automatically update your fleet vehicle MOT and tax due dates directly from the DVLA, which then pre-populates all of this into Enterprise to give you automatic sort of notifications when vehicles are due for their MOT and tax expiries. Moving on to the enhancements within the AmbuTag module. There is now the ability to create a new user role or apply security permissions, so users can only sign in and out equipment and not make changes to equipment records. Within the fleet module, you can both export maintenance history to PDF and also print your maintenance histories. Within the HR module, following on from the update in the last release, there is now functionality to undertake batch DBS status update checks. And also there is the ability to record professional registration numbers separately. So currently we have one field for a registration number. We have now separated these out. And then for the bug fixes, in the cases module, actions were not saving if the completed by or assigned to fields were empty. Within the CRM module, the event manager details were not pulling into the PDF medical plan. And there was also an event date field display error when the date field was left empty. Within Enterprise, clicking on the equipment data box links were presenting you with an access error. Within Fleet, you are now able to delete a vehicle rather than just archive. And the issue with VDI and defect buttons not displaying for all users has been fixed as well. Within the Information Asset Register module, the GDPR compliance chart not displaying has been resolved. In PRF Manager charts, the users were able to delete anatomic survey items once the chart was locked. And again, with the cardiac arrest page, that was still editable once the chart has been locked. So both of those items have been fixed. Also an issue around patient signature alignment errors, mainly on mobile devices. So we have released an update. If you are still getting issues with the signatures not aligning on your tablet, we do have a knowledge base article with some further information on that. And then finally, some two minor system fixes. So in our support portal, the help link was linking to our old documentation portal. So that's been updated to point to our knowledge base. And there are some issues with the Google Map icons not displaying across the system. That has been fixed as well. And then for reporting, just one new report in this release. That's a report with the ability to export all your staff contact details. So we'll just load up our system and we'll run through a demonstration of the new features and enhancements in this release. So starting off with the fleet module, if we go in and look at a vehicle record, You now see you have a DVLA lookup button next to the VRM field. If this field is blank, then the button won't appear. So if you complete the VRM and then click Update, the DVLA lookup button should appear. Clicking this just sends a call to the DVLA Vehicle Inquiry Service, and then on the DVLA Data tab, you'll then see the various information has come back. This is now stored within Salus3, which we can then use for future reporting purposes. Your key dates fields around MOT, expiry, and tax due will also get updated. With this, obviously updating your MOT expiry and tax due dates, that will automatically feed into the enterprise module on your fleet tab where you have your MOTs within 30 days, tax overdues. It will pre-populate this for you. And then finally, if you go into organization admin and then select fleet from your module configuration, you'll see there's now an enable MOT tax dates cron. Setting this to Y will basically allow the system every night. It will pull the MOT and tax expiry dates for every vehicle in the system, and then automatically update your enterprise task list to keep you up to date with MOT and tax expiry dates, so you don't sort of miss anything from that point of view. This is optional if you want to use it or not. N will disable that, Y will enable it. Then to quickly cover the Ambu tag, so if you want to allow all your staff access to the module just for the purpose of signing in and out equipment, you can do this within the security groups option. In this example, we're just going to choose the everyone group. From your permissions drop down, you need to add in the Ambu tag access permission and the Ambu tag sign equipment in out permission. This will then give them read-only access to Ambu tag, but allow them to sign the equipment in and out for you. There is a knowledge base article on this on our knowledge base. And then finally moving on to the HR module. So the ability to record professional registration numbers separately is now available. So if we go look at an employee record, there's now a new tab called registrations, and we have fields for the various registration bodies available: the HCPC, NMC, GMC, and HPAC. Once you've entered in the numbers, the registration numbers, PIN numbers for your employees, and save the changes, clicking the check link next will open up the link and take you directly to that registration page, allowing you to verify it. It's not currently available for the NMC, as they register currently don't allow sort of direct URL lookups. We have reached out to them to see if there's a way we can do it to make that a bit easier for yourselves. But yeah, so these check links will just open up the websites and take you directly into the register. Obviously, no results returned because the field is blank. And then moving on to the DBS status update batch check, you'll now notice in the HR module there's a new function called batch DBS update check. This is enabled for administrators only by default. If you want to allow this to other users, you can grant the permission within your security group settings. So clicking batch DBS update check will then display all your employees that have a certificate on the update service where you've ticked the update service and the permission to check on the user's behalf within the system. It will give you the date that you last performed an update check, whether you've done it individually on the record by clicking the recheck button or through the batch process, and what the last result was. If you haven't run an employee through the update service check, either through the batch or the individual recheck through Salus3 Cloud, then these last two columns will be blank. So all we simply need to do is click Run Batch Update Check. The system will go away and return the results. And then in this top table here, you will then get so the date it was last completed, which is today, and the result that has been returned. And then at the bottom, you'll have anything that requires further action. So where an update service result has been returned as new info or no match found, that's where you need to take further action. If you're not sure what the DBS update service results mean, there is an article on our knowledge base. So these are what each result means as they are returned from the DBS update service. And then you also have a print button, which will allow you to print. You can then print this to PDF or physically print it out. So in this case, after performing an entire batch check on our employees, we have one employee where their certificate has returned some new information that we're not aware of. So we would then go away and request a new certificate, basically from a procedure point of view. So that's a quick demo of the new features that we have released in this update. The roadmap plan for our next upcoming releases are available on our knowledge base at kb.salus3.co.uk/roadmap. Just a quick reminder about our Canny system. Canny is where you can log your new sort of feature requests, enhancement ideas, and bug reports, and upvote any sort of requests from other people that you'd like to see implemented. Quite recently, we've been seeing a lot of sort of feature and ideas coming through either Canny or our support system, which we then enter onto Canny. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye on the system. Once you've requested something yourself or you have upvoted a release, the system will then send you a weekly email of any new items that get added in. So it's something to definitely keep your eye on. That also helps us around with development priorities. If lots of people like and upvote a certain thing as opposed to something else, then we can look at prioritizing those. So Canny is definitely a useful tool to request new features or see what has already been requested and is on our roadmap and timeline for development. So as usual, if you have any problems or questions with the update or in general, you can reach out to us via email, so support@salus3.co.uk. So that's basically the contents of the update video, quite short as this is just a minor update release. So thank you for watching.